Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and while I'm out on injured reserve, can't do a lot of shooting right yet, but we can talk about how we're set up and we are ready to start once the doctor gives me the okay. So, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. The last time out, we set up this rifle, and then I promptly went and got hurt. Hurt my shoulder. My guess is going to require surgery. Won't know until we get the MRI. Doctor's not going to let me shoot until we get the MRI, so I can't shoot, but I can talk. There's some people that say I probably talk more than I shoot. But all that being said, we did make a couple more changes to the rifle as we were preparing to shoot before I got hurt. I mounted a scope. I borrowed my bipod off my AR-10. Eventually, I want to go with a Arca rail, but temporarily I have a Picatinny rail on the bottom of the chassis and mounted my quick disconnect bipod. So once the doctor gives me the okay, I'll be able to take this out and shoot. I will probably work off of this bench, that way there I'm not trying to squeeze into the dimensions of the picnic table at the range. And this will also give me an opportunity to load the bipod against the cleat here on this table. So let me bring you along for a second and show you a couple of things about this chassis, about this scope. Alrighty, so the scope I mounted is the Rapid Reticle Revolution RR Evolution H2. This will be the scope I temporarily run until I decide what scope I'm going to put on this permanently. Right now we are running the sunshade as well. This is one of the scopes that was presented to me to give away to viewers. So we are going to shoot this scope on the new rifle while we break it in and shoot for group. And then we're going to give this scope away to one of the lucky subscribers. So now that we've covered the scope, we've got front and rear scope cover, spring loaded. Like I said, it has a sunshade. We've got parallax here adjustment on the bell out to infinity, from 25 yards to infinity. We've got covered turrets, which will help protect them. And they are quarter MOA, so quarter click turrets. And it is a 3x12, and it comes with the throw lever. So this will be a pretty good giveaway for somebody. In addition to the scope, I would like to show y'all how well free-floated the barrel is in this chassis. I don't know if you can actually see that, but we are looking through the gap between the chassis and the barrel. I'm going to take this little hook here and just show you. That's me dragging on the chassis. We don't actually touch the barrel until we get back here into the chamber, right in here where it's at its thickest point. So we'll be able to put quite a bit of load on the bipod if we need it to. And one of the other things that we have done in preparation is I've received the brake for my Thunder Beast suppressor. Eventually we will mount this brake on this rifle. First we're going to shoot it without the brake for the break-in, Then we'll get the brake mounted, and we'll see if there's a reduction in recoil. Recoil on this gun is not going to be too bad at all. I'll try to put a screenshot up here of the recoil calculation for this gun. As it sits, this heavy barrel 6.5 PRC in this chassis with the scope weighs in at 14 pounds. I haven't weighed it with the bipod, but just doing the math off the weight of the gun and scope tells me that the break-in ammo, I should only be seeing about 9.5 pounds of felt recoil. We'll see. Doctors limited me to not lifting more than 10 pounds with my left hand. I don't know how the recoil impulse is going to feel through my body yet, but we'll see. And one of the other things I put together, and I have for all of my big rifles, is a dope book. So here on the cover, just for giggles, I threw on the slope dope page, which gives you an idea what your angle to target distance is. So if you're, say, let's shooting 1,000 yards, and our angle is 40 degrees, well, right here, I don't have to do any math. I just know my distance to the target is 766 yards, not 1,000 yards. Got the title page here, which will be titled to this gun. Got my barrel log. Got a couple of blank pages for some note taking. Have ballistics pages that I'll fill out eventually for the loads. And right now I have some load data cards. Eventually I'll have some target cards as well. But this is just a short book to get me started. And we'll be able to keep track on this rifle as to how many rounds it's firing over the course of its life. We'll be able to track the wear, be able to throat erosion, checkering in the bore, all that good stuff. And then, last but not least, we've got some ammo. My notes here, pardon me. My notes here show that my starting load is going to be 45.5 grains of IMR 4831, which should be giving me 2,700 feet per second. That's what we're going to shoot to break the gun in. And then, that's these. It's 147 grain Hornady ELD, which has a ballistic coefficient of 0.697. We are loaded with CCI large rifle primers. We will see how well these shoot once we get the gun broke in. The process will be, we're going to shoot 1. We'll clean the bore with a couple of wet patches and 3 dry patches. Then we'll shoot 2. Do the same cleaning process. Then we'll shoot 3. Do the same cleaning process. Then we'll shoot 4. Do the same cleaning process. And then we'll shoot 2 5-round groups. And in the course of that, we'll be setting the scope. And then depending on how I'm feeling, next video up, we'll shoot a 5-round group with the same 45.5, and we'll compare that to the H4831, which the minimum charge is 47.0, which should give us 2,700 feet per second. We'll cross-check that with the chronograph. So we are so ready to go shoot this gun. Unfortunately, since I did get hurt at work, I'm not going to do anything until the doctor says I can. I felt this morning like I could probably go shoot and I could probably handle the recoil, but I knew as soon as I did that, if anything happened, it would be become an issue since this is a work-related injury. So we are not going to do anything until the doctor says I can. And let me tell you, it's tearing me up to have a brand new gun just sitting here, to have ammo made, ready to go, and improvements to make, i.e. putting on the brake and getting this ready, prepared for my suppressor. I don't know which hurts worse, not being able to do that or the pain in my shoulder. For giggles, I just had to test fit that brake. See how it's going to look. I would have showed you putting it on, except that would have been considered modifying a gun, and YouTube wouldn't like that. So that's how that brake will look. And then my suppressor seals on this edge here. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that's just a quick update on where we're set with the new Howa 1500 and 6.5 PRC. We are ready to go shoot. As soon as the doctor gives the okay, boom, we're going to go shoot. We're going to break it in. We're going to get the rifle zeroed. And then we'll start playing with some loads and getting prepared to hopefully take a run on the Buffalo, provided I'm able to make that trip this year. Don't know how that's going to be. But again, we've got the rifle ready. We've got ammo ready. We've got our dope book for the rifle ready. We've got a scope ready to go. I have bore sighted it, but we'll take that first shot for the first of the break-in shots at the 50-yard line just to see where we are on paper, get a little closer. Then we'll take our next few shots for break-in at the 100-yard line and try to dial the scope in. We test fitted the Thunder Beast brake. It's going to look good on this. Rifle with the 24-inch barrel and a 7-inch can. This will be a 31-inch reach when it's all put together. Unfortunately, I won't be able to shoot like that in California. I have to shoot like that out of state. But I think we are about ready to go. Just waiting on that doctor. And with all that being said, I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of y'all that are watching and commenting and liking. And thank you so much for subscribing, those who have. The Halfwits crew, I apologize for not getting y'all any super secret squirrel stuff lately. I have been a little bit remiss on that. I need to do better, but kind of tough with 3 full-time jobs when you consider the puppy dog. One of these days, that little blue heeler will make his debut on the channel as well. But thank you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I want to remind y'all, there's a link below. Got beer mugs, stickers, coffee cups, t-shirts, if you're so inclined. Helps the channel out a little bit. And I want to remind y'all, carry everywhere you can. If you need to get a CCW, get one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, by all means, you should be carrying all the time. I would also still suggest getting a CCW, so when you're traveling out of state, since there's only half of the states that are constitutional carry, you might not be able to carry where you're at. Keep that in mind. Remember, you are your own protection. Nobody's responsible for your safety but you. So until next time, this be Halfmilesniper checking out. Y'all stay safe, keep shooting, and we'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.